distinguished guests, innovators, civil society partners, dear members of the Direction interministérielle du numérique, dear Stéphanie Cher, dear Stanislas Guérini, dear Paul Midi, monsieur le député, Madame Emmanuelle Hoffmann, Madame la députée, merci beaucoup à tous. Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here today at the opening of this crucial sequence dedicated to AI for society. As you know, and as already been said today, we are at a pivotal moment for the state. Public agents are fed up with spending huge amount of time in endless internal processes. From researchers to policemen, they are fed up with paperwork and are urging us to let them focus on their core missions. Citizens and companies resent waiting for long answers and would like to have more public agents dedicated to face-to-face relations and less to back-office tasks. This is not new, and this has been said for a long time. But this is now all the more unbearable that we have the technological helps, thanks to AI and thanks to all the inventions we can witness today, to help answer these needs. But to fully grasp the potential of AI, we have, from the state perspective, two most important challenges. Number one challenge is large-scale deployments. Because in the public sectors, we are full of experimentations, we are full of proofs of concepts, but we lack proofs of deployment. We need to move from experimentation to massification. And this is our number one challenge in the public sector. Number two challenge is obviously our sovereignty. And we need to assert our digital independence in AI and all related technologies, from the cloud to LLMs, including obviously cybersecurity. We need to do that at the European level, but this is obviously our crucial and most important challenge. Because I want here to be clear, we are in a room full of entrepreneurs and civil servants, of intellectual and researcher. The state is not just a user of artificial intelligence. It is an enabler. It is a catalyst for a sovereign, resilient, and ethical digital future. We cannot say at the same time, let's support digital sovereignty while buying extra European solutions massively. We cannot say, let's have European champions without supporting them through public procurement. We cannot say, let's put Europe on par with the US or China without resorting to the same industrial tools. This had been forcefully said at the Paris AI Summit last February with all like-minded countries, where we gathered leaders from around the world, be them CEOs, researchers, policymakers, to shape this shared vision for AI, this vision of an open, inclusive, ethical, and sovereign AI. So I would like to start with where we stand today on the commitments we made in last February regarding, obviously, my portfolio, that is the French public sector. We said we wanted to move forward on the conversational agent in public services, and we did. Last month, we introduced a sovereign AI assistant driven by one of the top models from Mistral AI. It is currently under trial by 10,000 civil servants, and the aim is obviously to scale up as quickly as possible. This assistant is hosted on a Secnum Cloud sovereign infrastructure, ensuring complete data control and adherence to our sovereignty standards. It is a demonstration of what we can do with between the public and the private sector, and obviously in a sovereign and secure manner. On training, our public sector AI training program is already underway. We have already more than 10,000 civil servants that have been trained on the Mentor platform, and by the end of 2025, that is in a couple of weeks, we will have trained roughly 50,000 civil servants through a combination of online courses, boot camps, and specialized workshops. On scaling AI, we have seen many experiments and pilot projects in all departments of the French state. We are answering inquiries via the main public service portal, servicepublic.fr, thanks to AI tool in the defense and interior ministries, in the assurance maladie. We have deployed AI-powered services such as chatbots and automated report generators to assist more than 100,000 agents in their daily tasks. France Travail is also doing many things with more than 30,000 employees that are helped also by AI tools, and I could multiply examples. In the upcoming days, we will be launching at large scale Visio, that is a public video conferencing solution equipped with speech-to-text AI to transcribe meetings and eliminate hours spent on note-taking. And this is a good example of our strategy that is in-house tools but augmented, amplified by private solutions. So all that is good, but it's far from enough. And I want to say that very clearly. We need to change in a big way. We need to be much quicker, and we need to scale up very quickly, because what we don't do now, it will be too late in a year or in 2 years from now, because civil public agents will see themselves of extra European and unsovereign solutions, and this shadow AI will create major problems for our civil services while depriving us of important and expected solution. And this transition requires a new and a clear doctrine. A doctrine that optimizes every euro spent and avoids redundant developments. A doctrine that starts from the needs of public agents and citizens by ensuring that AI is deployed where it is expected the most by the ones who use it. And a doctrine that supports digital sovereignty. I have heard what's been said about our strategy. I have heard the reports, I have heard the calls, I have heard the suggestions made also by the private sectors. I have seen what is being made outside of France in comparable countries, and I think we do need to give more clarity about our AI strategy and organization within the state. The industry needs a consistent and clear positioning from the public sector. That's why today I want to outline the main pillars of this new doctrine for the French state for acquiring and deploying AI. It is built on 3 pillars. Pillar number 1 is leveraging private and sovereign excellence. We will integrate the best private sector AI solutions into public projects within a controlled and open framework. Our strategy is one of subsidiarity. We will develop new solutions only when there is no existing and sovereign ones already in place in the market. Our strategy will be to ensure our sovereignty, to have a European preference in public procurement, and of multi-sourcing, that is, we rely on multiple private actors without locking ourselves into a single provider. But this issue of subsidiarity is really key. There are existing excellent and sovereign solutions out there. We need to work more with them. Second issue, scaling up. Speed is of the essence. We need to focus on some quick, high-priority uses and reach the relevant scale very quickly. I have already mentioned this, but the era of proof of concepts is over. We need to scale up. We need to scale up, and we need to scale up now. Each project will be led by a dedicated team, starting from real operational needs to reach the relevant scale as quickly as possible. Number 3, and last pillar of our strategy, is training and empowering civil servants. People on the ground know best what they need. The AI revolution will not be dictated by 5 or 10 ministers, top civil servants. It will come from the ground. Advanced productivity gains from AI only materialize when employees are at the heart of it. They need to be informed and trained. We will launch a large-scale communication campaign to raise awareness among 100,000 civil servants about existing programs, but we will also systematically collect and scale the best practices from the field through participatory initiatives like competitions for the best AI use cases in all sectors. Such a vision has to be embodied by an organization, and this is the work we are doing obviously with the DNUM that has to act as the state CTO, as the state chief technical officer, in the same way as you have CTOs in startups and major tech companies. Because without a proper organization, there is no realization. We need to put our house in order to have the relevant people in charge at all levels, with the relevant tools, with the relevant organization, without overlaps, and with the proper subsidiarities, so that we can scale as quickly as possible. Number one mission for this state CTO is obviously the standardization of the core layer of the digital revolution. There is no AI without cloud, and there is no sovereign AI without a sovereign cloud. The era of relying on non-European hyperscalers for sensitive data has to be over. With the DNUM, we will ensure that all public sector cloud infrastructure is secure, resilient, sovereign, and SecNum Cloud certified when needed. Why? Because we cannot afford fragmentation and we cannot afford to lose sovereignty on these core issues. So, our message to our cloud providers is clear, is we need you. We need real industrial players, companies like Outscale that we already work with on the assistant AI to provide us with the GPUs, with scalability and resilience when we need. But we need you to step up. We need high performance, sovereign and secure cloud solutions. And we are already closely following the European Commission's AI Gigafactories initiatives, which can be very useful in that perspective. After this cloud issue, there is a generalist AI models issue. Because whether it's Mistral's cutting-edge models or other high-performance solution, we need to coordinate more public procurement to guarantee consistency, efficiency, and compliance. We are lucky in France to have a vibrant AI startup ecosystem. We have Mistral, but we have many startups in the fields. Our ambitions goes beyond a single models because we need to have two types of artificial intelligence. We need high-performance, cutting-edge models for complex tasks, and we need frugal, efficient models for everyday public sector needs. We are deepening our partnership with Mistral. The DNUM and Mistral, we work hand in hand to deploy AI solutions tailored to the need of the French administration, but we are open to all innovations. If you can build fast, good and efficient and sovereign models, we are here to help you and you are here to help the public sector. For the higher layers, agentic AI, sector-specific applications and tailored use case, the responsibility lies obviously with the ministries and the departments. They know what they need, but on top of it, some functions are transversal and everywhere in our public administration. It is legal services, it is human resources, it is budget and finance, it is procurement. And for all these areas, we need broad, all-encompassing partnerships to scale up and to reach all public agents that are confronted with the same needs, regardless of the department they work, regardless of the region, of the areas of France they work, etc. And here again, we want to hear from you, to come and revolutionize also the jobs in the public administration, to help them focus on their core mission, and the state is ready to sign framework agreements with the best in class. Whether it is for general conversational agents, we did that with Mistral. Whether it is for legal artificial intelligence, I just signed a framework agreement with Doctrine in that matter. Whether it is for budgetary tools, whether it is for human resources solutions, and so on. And we must also act as Europeans. So until that, I focused on what we can do as a French state, but we need to act at the European level as well, because it is obviously only at the European scale that we can build also a European champions. Last Tuesday in Berlin, France and Germany took a major step forward in our quest for digital sovereignty. It was a summit convened by the French President Emmanuel Macron, by the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. I was there with Roland Lescure, the Minister for Finance and the Economy, with Anne Le Henanff, my counterpart in charge of the digital economy, and together with our German counterparts, we signed a strategic public-private partnership with Mistral AI on the one hand and with SAP on the other. And it was very important to show that we can act together, public and private, French and German, French companies and German companies, French state and German state, to deploy sovereign and intelligent softwares tailored to the need of both our administrations. This partnership, I believe, sent a strong message, but it is only the start of what we need to do to have this European coordination and this European preference at the European level. Regarding France, and I will conclude by that, we will clarify the rules for acquiring digital solutions, emphasizing when to build in-house, only when it's required for strategic or highly customized needs, and relying on subsidiarity for the bulk of our digital transformation. When to buy for solutions where the market offers mature and sovereign solutions, and usually it is the case, and hybrid approaches when it is needed. This instruction will also introduce mandatory sovereignty criteria for public sector IT procurement, ensuring that every euro spent aligns with our strategic goals. So to conclude, I have 3 messages. First, to our startups, scale-ups, and industrial partners. The state can be your customer and your partner. We are here to invest, to co-develop, and to deploy at scale. We need your excellence, we need sovereignty, we need your compliance with the standards, but we are here to rely on the entrepreneurship of European startups, of European industry, of the vibrant European private sectors. We can witness here all it has to offer. To our civil servants, AI will be your daily digital tools. So tell us what you need in terms of tools, in terms of training, in terms of priority. And to our European and international partners, let's work together to build an AI ecosystem that is open, that is sovereign, that is resilient. This is what we need to do to adopt AI now. Thank you very much.